Anguilla is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only
Good evening, everyone. We are going to officially start this evening program. So this evening, I want to welcome each and every one of you, our clients. A hearty NCBA welcome to each and every one of you. And I have my NCBA staff, also a few of the staff members joining us this evening. So this evening, we are here to launch our new website. We've been working on this new website for a little while now, and so we want to basically introduce that new website to you, our customers, both in person, and we have person on our Facebook page and the different social media platforms that are listening as we speak. So apart from the website that we will be launching, we are also launching a long overdue product, I would say, and that is NCBA, a retirement account geared at individuals and small business owners. We'll talk about that a little more as we go along this evening. So with me this evening, I have, come, Shoma, Mr. Gaskin, our digital marketing officer. He will be presenting with me this evening. So I will do the first part in terms of the introduction of the website. We also have tablets set up on a few tables, about 4 tablets that are set up, so that you can view the new website, get a going through it, on screen, but you'll have access. Most persons have their mobile phone, so you'll get a chance to get a feel of the site as we go along this evening. So Mr. Gaskin will also present this evening along myself. So thank you, Shoma. Okay, so moving right along. So the new face of the NCBA website. The website, if you go onto your mobile, you will see the new face. Just to give you, the new face for the website. If you look back at what we call our old website, what are some of the features and why the change of that website? So some of the areas, and we have it on screen. We wanted to improve the customer experience, through the website and to find the information. And so that's the second point, to book appointment. One of the customers, they had to come to the bank to actually set an appointment with a personal banking officer. So what we've done is to move the setting of appointments to online so that book an appointment on your own. So again, ease of banking for our customers. Applying for a service. A lot of our services, you would have to come into the branch, both our Valley branch or West End branch, to actually apply for a service. We are now moving a lot of our services to our online, to the website, to online. So you can actually apply. If you go through the site, you would see apply for a service, where you just tick that option, and then you can go about applying for a service, and we'll get some time so that you can feel the site. There is a direct link to our social media pages. You will also see that on the site. So we have currently our Facebook, Instagram. We're in the process of setting up Twitter and so forth. So all of the link to the sites will also be on the website. It's also more mobile friendly, and that's one of the improvements to the website. A lot more information on our products and services. So if you want information on our goal savings, it's at your fingertip. Everything is structured and it's set by category of customer, so you'll be able to pull the information that you need very easily. User-friendly, and we will want feedback from you because, again, we've designed the site to serve you. So we would welcome feedback. And calculators, we have several calculators from mortgage calculators, wealth calculators, again, to make it easy so that you can do those simple computations on your own. And so all of that is now on the website. Now, in terms of the navigation, we have several menus. There's the personal banking menu, and that menu is really geared at individuals. So the individual, as an individual banker, an individual customer, doing banking, you will be able to navigate all of the products that suit your customer type. So under the personal category, you will see your savings accounts, fixed deposit, Christmas Club, gold savings, all of the products, including credit products that are geared at the individual. So all of that will be under personal banking. Under business banking, again, that can medium and large businesses. So all of the services from checking account, overdraft, applying for an overdraft, opening a CD, and all of the credit products, credit card, etc., all of that is under that menu. Then we've included wealth menu. Now, under that wealth menu, that is really for persons that want to create wealth, be it short-term wealth, medium or long-term. We have products that are geared towards persons meeting that objective, that goal of creating wealth. So under you will see products that are geared to the small saver, which is for children. You would have the Christmas Club, where you save for a period of 1 year. You would have in that plan the gold saving, again saving for a medium term up to 5 years. And then now we have a new product, which is our retirement or wealth builder. That is also part of that suite of product. The other menu is about NCBA. So you'll find everything you need to know about your bank. So under that category, you will also meet the team, the composition of the board, the composition of the team under that category. You will also have information, shareholder information or investor information. So our annual reports will also be under that category. So for instance, our 2023 financial statements, we just posted it. So that is also available on the new website. So all of the information to get to know your bank a little better is under the About NCBA. Support, again, under that area, you would get frequently asked questions, things that you need to know as customers of the bank. There are critical items under that area that one would need to know. For instance, what is FATCA? Why do we collect all this information, whether you are a US citizen or not? All of that information is under the support, just to understand why we do what we do. So we have quite a bit of questions and answers under that section. And then one of the most critical service under that is the sign-in, which is your online banking. So to go into online banking, there's a sign-in on your top right. You will go straight, it will take you straight to your online banking page, and then you can log into your account and do your banking. There's also the option, online banking option, where you can tick and it will take you to the site where you log in to get the information, to do your account activities. So some other key website options, and what we call that call to action. So we want to see more action. Features like apply now. So if there's a product that you see, for instance, the gold saving or Christmas Club, those things you tend to have to come to the bank. We have placed that option where you can actually apply online. So apply now is an option that is available now. Book an appointment, as I indicated earlier. What you'll need, and that's critical in terms of the requirements for establishing a relationship, opening a new account or product, and want more information to really give you information on the product or service. So these are some additional features that we've added to the website. We also have some advertising banners. As you go on, you will see what we are promoting. We are promoting our WRAP, our Wealth Retirement Advantage Plan. We are also promoting Come Home to NCBA for our mortgage product. So all of those banners are there to basically help, ease. When you go in, you can see what is being promoted by the bank, and so you have easy access to get to those products. And the wealth management, we are pushing wealth management, and that is another area that the bank will diversify into, set up a unit that will be able to offer under that product line, or that business line, I should say. So this is what the website looks like. Yeah. Very clean, extremely clean, and that's the feel we wanted. Not crowded, very easy, very clean look. If you pull on your website, you'll see the same very, simple to maneuver, and that's the whole idea, to make your experience a lot better. So this is the in terms of building your nest egg, and that is retirement nest egg, wealth, generally. And so this is another, that's a promotion product, and we also have the navigation menus at the top. And so every point you can, you will be able to get what you need, and at every point it will give you the option to apply. Because we want new business. We want your business. We want all your business, yeah? And so we have established a website that will provide an avenue to allow you to do banking with ease. And again, to reduce the traffic within the banking halls, so you can do a little more online. So once you get a chance, again, we are here for at least an hour. We will take questions as you get a feel of the site. That's the intent. The kiosks or the tablets are on the table. You have your mobile phone. We can take questions, any questions that you have on the website. Again, the website, same login that you're accustomed to, www.ncbal.com, and that is how you access our site. Again, making banking easier. So I will pause if there are any burning question, if there's anything that you wanted to see at this point, any burning question before we move along to a product that is even more exciting. So any questions, we can pause for about 5 minutes before we move on to the other product. Question? Our media is in the house. Any questions from you or online? I'm not sure if we have any questions online. Okay, so I will move along, and if we have questions, we can in the end. Okay. The reason why we have developed this product, I know we've done quite a bit of work around educating persons around the reason for saving and investing, saving long-term, building long-term wealth. And so we saw it fit to develop a product that is geared at long-term saving, building long-term wealth, yeah? And so one of the questions that I'm sure we would have posed that prior in another session that we would have had, but I will pose it again to this evening. How many of us, that one listening in the room here, knows how many EC dollar or US dollar 100 notes that we will need to retire comfortably? How many of us know that? Raise hands. Any of us know that? I surely don't. Okay, do we need 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000? What is that nest egg that we will need to live through retirement? For a lot of us, our retirement age vary based on our employer. We may retire, for some institutions, we may retire at 60, 65. If we are dependent on Social Security, you see what is happening with our Social Security schemes across the region. All of the Social Security schemes, the retirement age or the pension age is increasing, yeah? So no longer 65. For some countries, it is heading to 70 before we can receive a pension. And so what that means, if we retire from our employer at age 60, and we have to wait for possibly 70 to get Social Security, what then happens? Yeah? So there is that huge retirement gap, that saving gap, that we have to work towards building. Because one of the things we have to note, once we stop active work, once we've retired, our income, if we are accustomed of earning, say, $3,000 pre-retirement, post-retirement, that income will not be from Social. It will be much less than $3,000. So that gap between what we are accustomed of living, our income, pre-retirement, and post-retirement, there will be that gap that we have to work to fill. And there are several ways to fill it. So for some of us, we have employed. Some of us, we have our own retirement savings. For some of us, we have invested in real assets that will generate income. We have businesses that will generate retirement wealth. You know, but it's important that we plan. And so one of the reasons why NCBA, we've seen that as an important objective is because we know of the gap. And how do we help our customers, you know, to plan better so that there is sufficient, the nest egg is sufficient to meet our lifestyle through retirement. One other thing that I will note is that for some of us, we will still have our mortgage in retirement. Based on what we've seen, remember we are a bank, we've seen the portfolios of loans and we've seen the maturities of those mortgages. For some persons, they will have mortgages beyond 65 and some persons beyond 70. And what that means, you need even bigger nets to be able to meet those commitments. Yeah? So we are here to help you to meet that. And one of the things I will jump straight to, to summarize the why. Financial security. We want to create that level of security financially. We see too many a times persons work through their whole life, and at retirement, what happened? Their standard of living drop. And we don't want that. For our customers, we want to ensure their financial security. We already spoke to that Social Security will be inadequate to meet our living standards at retirement. The cost of health care, we see what is happening with costs generally. It's rising, cost of living. And critically, we want to enjoy our golden years. And more importantly, ease of mind. Now, one of the things that in my past experience in launching similar products, a lot of times when persons hear retirement plan, a retirement plan, they think that it's really not for the young people. I have time. When they hear retirement, they think of the grays, the people that have the gray hairs. But starting early is the most critical thing because the younger you will have to put in to build big nest eggs. So the important thing, we want to attract the young person, our young customer base, and all ages, but more critically, our young customer base we want to attract with this new product. So at this point, I will pause and call on Shoma to come up and present what we name as WRAP. Very nice, WRAP. Wealth Retirement Advantage Plan, a product of NCBA.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to be here presenting to you guys the specifics of our Wealth Retirement Advantage Plan. It's going to be very useful to all of us. So it's a supplementary retirement plan that is geared towards individuals and small business owners because, as Mrs. Vaughn explained, other retirement plans such as Social Security may not be sufficient for us when we reach our retirement age or when that retirement gap presents itself. So, fixed monthly contributions of minimum $100, and the wrap can be opened in either Eastern Caribbean dollars or US dollars. You can set up a salary deduction with your employer, or you can do a standing order online as well in order to effect your monthly contributions. Now, the minimum age to open a wrap is 18 years, and the maximum age is 55. The reason there's a maximum is because you want to have a period of 10 years, you're locked in for at least 10 years with the wrap, and the retirement age is flexible between 55 and 65. So if you start at 55, you'll end at 65. You can have up to 2 beneficiaries on your wrap account. Once you present your ID with the application, you have up to 2 beneficiaries who can benefit from your wrap. Should, worst case scenario, you can't cash in on it yourself. Yes. So the wrap would be redeemed at retirement by way of a lump sum payment, and online statements will be provided for you so that you can see your earnings on the wrap as you go along. So the benefits of the wrap. It's geared towards building long-term wealth. You can save a little bit at a time over a long period of time, and at the end, you build your interest and you're able to develop wealth for yourself. So there are very competitive interest rates provided with the wrap. The ECCB minimum for a savings is 0.5% for, it is 0.35% for a US account, and the wrap offers 0.5% higher, so you'll get 0.85% on your US wrap account. And if you're an NCBA mortgage customer, you actually get 1% higher, so you get 1.35% on your US account. For your EC wrap account, the minimum savings is 2%, but we offer 0.5 higher again, so you can get 2.5% if you're not a mortgage customer, but if you are an NCBA mortgage customer, you'll be receiving 3% interest. And it provides for monthly compounding interest, so as the wrap account grows, the amount that you earn and the money you have grows along with that as well. And it also provides for lump sum contributions of up to $10,000 US. And you can save at your own pace again. The minimum contribution is $100 per month, but if you can do some more, you do what you can. So, again, you're locked in for at least 10 years with the wrap. So there is a penalty if you want to close the wrap earlier than that. Should you close your wrap before the 10-year period, there will be a refund of 50% of the interest earned, and there'll also be a $250 fee attached to that as well. If a plan holder dies before the stipulated retirement age or becomes terminally ill, the account will be closed and the proceeds will be made payable to the beneficiaries. In such cases, NCBA shall waive all of the penalties listed previously. So here now you can see the projections for the wrap at the 2.5% interest rate, which you will receive if you have an EC account and you're not an NCBA mortgage customer. This just gives you an idea of what you're able to generate at the different levels of saving. So for example, if you're a younger person who can save for a longer period of time, for example, up to 30 years, and you do the $100 contribution monthly, at the end of your 30-year period, you can generate over $53,000 for yourself at retirement. And if you can do a little bit more, for example, you do up to $500 a month, at the end of that 30-year period, you would have generated almost $268,000 for yourself. And If you want to do it for the shorter period, you want to build wealth for a shorter period, and you go with the 10 years, again, at the $100 contribution, you save just above $13,000 for yourself. And if you can do the 500, you save about $68,000. And that's a wrap. So there are 3 easy steps to open an NCBA rep, and that would be the completed application form. And if you look at your brochures, there's actually a QR code there you can scan, you can apply now. And 1 valid form of picture ID for each beneficiary that you want to have on the account. And you would either need to set up your salary deduction with your employer or your standing order, which you can set up online. And if you're a new customer, then you have to go through the regular NCBA new customer onboarding requirements. NCBA has you covered. That's a wrap. And I'll now have Mrs. Bond come back up to give us some closing remarks.
Yeah.
I think that it will not be not too far from now, but I'm sure our Social Security will move to 67, and then 70, and then 75. So I think in terms of your projection, maybe you want to look at it again, because you might be excluding some potential customers.
Yes, so we would have considered that. So the investor or the customer that is over 55, we also have a goal savings plan so that one can save for 5 up to 10 years. It's more flexible. So if you say, for instance, you are 65 and you want to establish a goal savings, today you can set it up. So for the older persons, you will be able to open, there are products for you within the bank. With similar arrangements in terms of monthly compounding of interest and similar terms. It's just that for the retirement plan, what will happen is as that plan grows, the portfolio of customer grows, the intent is to invest that portfolio separately. So typically for retirement funds, you would need at least a 10-year window in terms of the investment strategy of that fund. So that is why we've set in from now a minimum 10 years for that particular plan. But for the goal savings, there's more flexibility. Someone can open a 2-year goal savings, a 3-year goal, a 5-year, and so forth. So there's more flexibility there. So we are catering for everyone. Yeah? Yeah, so a fixed amount, you mean? Yes, so there's a fixed monthly amount that the minimum being 100, you can contribute any amount after that, any amount you can afford monthly. So that would have to be fixed. Thereafter, the plan allows you to make lump sums up to $10,000. So if you get a windfall, a bonus payment or whatever that is, you then can put that towards the retirement plan. Up to $10,000 every year you can add into the plan.
My question is that these services don't come for free. So can you tell us the costing of all these services that you are providing on the website?
Okay. So on the website, we do have a section that covers the fees and charges. So under your support services, you will see the fees and charges that is applicable by the service. Now, for our general savings, for instance, that retirement plan, the wrap, there are no service charges or any cost applied on that account. Yeah, so that is free of charges. If that account goes dormant or inactive, then there is a fee that applies. Yeah, because what the plan and what must happen is that you must make monthly contributions. But if those contributions, cease, then the account goes inactive. That can result in charges as a result. But our whole fees and charges structure is on the website. And a lot of the fees are applicable to banking services like our wire transfers, if you want to apply for a draft. So all those fees are on the website.
What is the statute of limitation? Like, for instance, is it after 3 months you have to, or 6 months you have to put anything and then the charge starts? I'm sorry.
My team members are there for persons in banking services. For inactive, what's the period? And dormant? Yeah, 1 year is inactive, 1 year of no contributions, yeah? And dormant? 3 years. 3 years of no payments, yeah? So if you were in the wrap account and you've not contributed for that period, we would convert that to ordinary savings because you're not meeting the objective of the plan. The intent is that you make monthly contributions for a period of 10 years by 12 months of contributions. So one of the things that we encourage is that persons, once you establish a wrap, you have to be serious about that account. The objective of that account is to create wealth. It's not an account where you can come and withdraw because hard times come, I want some monies out of that account. This is not the account. You have to open it and forget it for minimum 10 years. If you do break the account, as Shoma would have indicated, is that there are penalties that would apply. And that is where the penalty kicks in of that 50% refund of interest and the $250 charge. Again, that's a deterrent. Yeah, that would be a deterrent because, again, we want to encourage the building of long-term wealth.
I have a question. If we were to start at $100, in a year or two, we could decide to up it?
Oh, yes, you can up it at any time.
And you could always decrease it once it's above 100 also?
If it is above, if hard times come and you want to reduce it, you come in and you make that adjustment. But not below $100.
Okay,
we would want to encourage persons to start at what they can afford. Because sometimes persons get ambitious, oh, this is a retirement, let me contribute $1,000 a month. By month 3, they realize, I can't afford $1,000. So start at the minimum, get used to the, that monthly contribution, and then you increase over time.
You would consider the rep to be better than Social Security?
Huh? No question? Repeat your question, please.
If you consider the rep to be better than Social Security?
No, I wouldn't say better. I mean, this is a supplementary pension plan. It supplements Social Security. It's not to compete. It supplements. Yeah? Because we know that there is going to be a gap between your Social Security benefits and your pre-retirement income. This is what is there to supplement that. Because we want the persons online to be able to participate.
No, this may be a bold question. I was asking if it's competitive through credit union.
If it's competitive to the? That's my answer. Number 1 bank is NCBA.
Hi, good evening. I think the gentleman mentioned beneficiaries only 2.
Yes.
So why that limitation? So for example, myself, I have a wife and 2 daughters. I might want to give her 50%, 25 for the daughters. So how come you limited me for doing that?
Yeah, so what we encourage, the plan allows that, but we would encourage persons to have a will. It's always important that one has a will, have a will from very early. So where you can further subdivide, because one of the things, if we go to 3, somebody may come with the same, that they have 5 children. And, with the banking platforms, there are limitations in terms of the numbers and so forth. So we allow up to 2. Any additional can be, you can include that in terms of your your own, planning, estate planning and development of your will. Yeah?
Yeah, good afternoon. You mentioned security quite a few times, so what assurances you can give the person who's invested for 10, 20 years, 30 years down the line? What assurance you can give them on how safe their nest egg is?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so NCBA, because once you have deposits with NCBA, you basically take, you on the guarantee of the bank, the bank's performance, the strength of the bank, yeah? And so, as an investor, you would have to do that assessment of the strength. What we can tell you today, the bank is solid. The bank has a very strong, foundation, capital ratios, liquidity, the financial strength of the bank is sound, yeah? Decision would have to be on, the strength of the institution that you're investing in. And that is why, as an investor, your investments. So you don't invest today and go to sleep for the next 10, 20 years. We must publish their financial statements. We do publish it via the newspaper every year when we issue our, so it's on our website. So it's important to understand the institution that you are placing your funds.
Much talk right now that in a couple of years, cash will no longer be a part of us. Mm-hmm. We are talking about persons right now who are, about 30 years on. Any thoughts is being put into what would happen in the next 5, 10 years that we are to shift? How would there will be a level of security for those persons who make such investments?
Repeat, I'm trying to understand your question.
It is being said that in a couple of years, cash will no longer, the electronic monies and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. What are the plans going forward? Mm-hmm. Because, I'm over 60, so basically, it's a difference to those of us who have 10 years. But to those persons who have 20 and 30 years, yes, it's far down the road, but are there any plans as to how we would deal with it should this come about?
Yeah, so the world is already going that route. If you look at ECCB has already established the Dcash. Some of you would have heard about the ECCB, the EC digital currency, yeah? So we are pushing that, that route. The plan is within the next 20 years, we should operate in a more cashless environment, yeah? Whether the Caribbean and even by country adoption, the adoption will be slow. But as we move to that space, that is why a lot of institutions are investing heavily on the security of the platforms, yeah? And so that is one area that we too are investing a lot. When I look at, I've been in banking now, this year will be almost 30 years. And when I started banking and banking today, every platform, every software that we take on, the level of security checks that we have to do before we can onboard a service provider, it's different from 5, 10 years ago. Because, again, this is the space that we're in. And so there'll be need for a lot of education of our, our customers, but again, and preparing our customers for that move. Because very soon, when you enter banks, even when you see it globally, if you go to some banks, globally, there are no tellers to serve you. And this is where we are going, artificial intelligence is taking over everything. Yeah? You have, kiosks, that's what you use, robots. So we have to prepare ourselves. It will take Anguilla and a lot longer to be, to get into that space fully. Maybe even beyond our life, maybe my lifetime. But it is something that is coming, yeah? And we have to embrace, slowly. Even, for instance, if I may go a little further, we went last year, the whole Go Green initiative, where we remove in terms of passbooks. that was not well received. We kept it for the seniors, but we removed it completely for all other customers. But customers are just used to having this little book where they can see their balances, but we are moving away from that. Yeah, so it's paperless, everything is from an app, and this is where the world is going. But increasingly, the security aspect of those platforms have to be, give our customers the level of comfort to use those services. Yeah, I don't know if I answer fully your question. Yeah? Yeah, come.
This is, hello again. This is regarding the services on the website. You mentioned that you can make appointments now on the website. Would it still be, for the elderly, they would still be able to come in and make those appointments for themselves?
Oh yeah, we love our elderlies.
Okay.
So our elderlies will continue to come in and we will open, we will serve them.
Okay.
Yeah, because we understand the adoption to, they will not be going there soon. So our elderlies, we will continue to cater for them. But for our younger, customer base, we would prefer utilizing the appointment platform. All the appointment dates and times, everything is a nice, simple platform where you can actually set your appointment. You can try it out now and tell me if you get your, the email that comes back to you to confirm your appointment. What I will also say, when you apply for a service, you will get a response. We have an automatic email that we will respond within 48 hours. Again, to ensure that we can meet all our customers' needs as the request comes in. Yeah?
I want to ask another thought-provoking question. A few years ago, the bank developed a crisis where there was a merging of CCB with NBA to form NCBA. At that time, some depositors lost the deposits. And my question is, what assurance, you talk about this, and we take it in good faith that the bank is strong, so forth. But what assurance or what insurance do we have? Do we have a federal deposit insurance situation where we can, our deposits are secure or insured when we make such a wrap? So,
I love that. Yeah, so basically what the requirements today for commercial bank, the reserve requirement that any licensed financial institution must maintain a 6% reserve with the central bank. That's the requirement today. There is discussion very far in terms of legislation around deposit insurance. So that is coming. Yeah, that's coming. So the legislation is just, again, it's harmonized legislation that has to be, the legislation has to be passed across the ECCU. So once that comes in effect, then there will be, again, up to a level. It will not, so when you look at in the US, deposit insurance is up to $250,000 or $250,000 US. In the region, if you have over 500,000 in, say, a deposit in the bank, then the insurance will be up to a certain amount. It will not be to cover everything. So, but that is developing, that's coming. Now, just to also say, to include in my response that our audits are done is not NCBA presenting numbers. These are audited independent of the bank. So you have auditors that comes in. Our auditors are Deloitte from out of Barbados. They come in and do an independent audit of our performance of the bank, financial numbers, and then they present that. So that document, the audited statements are on our website, and it speaks to the soundness of the bank today. Yeah, and the bank has met all of the requirements. When we talk about the legacy banks and the post-legacy issues, we have long passed those days. One of you would note in 2021, we would have been removed from Bridge Bank. Remove NCBA from a Bridge Bank status is because we would have met all of the standards. Yeah. yeah, the prudential standards. So it's important to understand that and to, again, that's why they are time on that section of the website, because you will get a better feel of your bank. And we are here to stay. About that. We are here to stay. Yeah? Yeah, we are here to stay. Let's say that together. We are here to stay. We need the support of Anguilla. NCBA is Anguilla's bank. It's 100% owned by the government of Anguilla and the people of Anguilla. So once we continue to support NCBA, NCBA will be a going concern and perform. And even today, when one of the indicators, commercial banks, they are return on asset and return on equity. When we compare NCBA's return on asset and our performance, those indicators to other banks in the ECCU, we are leading other banks. As of September 2023, our return on assets were at 27%, and the other banks were way below that. And that's that's other indigenous banks within the 8 islands. To continue to support positively our local bank. Yeah? Any more questions? So in closing, you can stay with me. I need support. All these hard questions. Okay, so in closing, talk about RAP. This slide is dear to me. Anybody? Sessions, I always leave this one slide. Checks do we have left? Because we want everyone that is listening and everyone that will listen to the recording, and also persons in the room here with us tonight. I will be opening my RAP account tomorrow. We want you to know that every month that goes by is one paycheck less. So if you add people that below 30, I wish I was below 30. People that's below 30, you have paychecks, you can sell paychecks. But if you, at 30, you have 420 paychecks. 240 paychecks left. When you get to 60, 120 paychecks left. By the time you get to 65, how many paychecks we have left? We don't have paychecks unless we have invested, where we have passive income from our investments. Then we will have paychecks coming in, income coming in. But if we have not created passive income, then we will have no income coming in. We'll be at zero. That is why we must open an NCBA RAP. And that's a RAP. Yeah, so we must do that. And so just to in closing, we are your trusted partner. NCBA remains your trusted partner. We are your local bank. We are the people's bank. We're not studying any other player. We are the people's bank. Yeah, true. We are the only indigenous bank. I got in trouble with one person that when they heard our ad that said we are the only indigenous bank. The person came to my office and upset, saying we're not the only indigenous bank. We are. Aren't we the only indigenous bank? We are the only local bank, right. No? So we are the only indigenous bank, 100% Anguillian owned. Largest financial institution, based on all indicators, from asset base, total loans, deposit, we are leaders in all of in this space. We currently have $1.2 billion in assets, that's EC dollars, grown significantly from the inception of the bank to now. We are respected leaders in the field of banking. Our employees are well qualified, and we spend a lot of money in raising the standards of our employees in terms of education. Well qualified and effective board of directors. We have strong home market position and Again, I will close by saying we can only maintain all of that if we continue to get the support of our customers in order to continue to build on NCBA, to build that stronger NCBA and Anguilla as a result. So we are at, I know we had a lot of questions, but we are at the end where we can take more questions, answers, you know, let's have a little more discussion. We haven't gotten any feel from the website. What's your feel from the website thus far? I note we had, you know, any questions on the site? A little demonstration?
Yeah,
okay, let's...
getting on the website, I'm seemingly having difficulty in doing so.
Yeah, let me get the experts.
So, like, when you go to sign in, you're prompted back to the old website. Like, you
Yeah,
go on
you
the
go
new
to
one?
the online banking platform of the old site.
Of the old site?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the online banking of the old site. Hmm? You want to?
If some of you are seeing any pages from the old website, it could be because you've been to our previous website before, so it can be stored in your cache. So if you go into your web history settings, you can clear your cache and then try to revisit the website. And if you're still having any issues, just let us know.
Shama, the issue with the old site is not the actual NCBA site, it's our actual online banking platform. So it will redirect you back to that.
Right, so it's the same online banking platform.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true. No, remember this, you can access this without...
Have the NCBA Visa Classic, the Gold, the MasterCard Standard, and the MasterCard Gold. And you can read all of the information about those cards on this page. And you can book an appointment so that you can get set up on these. So here you see we are booking an appointment at the St. Mary's branch. And then you just enter your name, email address, and mobile number. You let us know whether you're a new customer or an existing customer. And you also let us know whether you'd like to open a single account or a joint account. And any additional details you'd like to let us know, you can input those there as well. And you should be receiving a confirmation email confirming your appointment date, time, and location. So here's our About Us page. And then our board of directors, our executive management team. and our management team. And you can also read about various press releases and other news from NCBA on the website also. Information on the website about the NCBA wrap. And if you would like to apply for the NCBA wrap, you can do it via this page. Quick and simple form. And you can apply within minutes.